My name's Wayne Fraser. I'm the manager of the Icebox Cards and Collectibles here in Innisfil, Ontario, about 45 minutes north of Toronto. And we happen to have an extra case of ITG Enforcers, and we're going to break it. So Brian is behind the camera here, and my lovely assistant Marty will be sleeving the cards over here. That's Marty. And we'll swing down and show you that we've got the case here, along with the seal on it and everything else. We'd also like to say that Dr. Brian Price endorses this break. He was going to try and be here, but he got called away to go to Florida, darn Dr. Price's luck. And so he is away. But here we go, 14 boxes in a case. There are no packs per se. There are 5 base cards, which are all subset cards. Marty, I'll let you put that away before I slice my fingers off. There are 5 autographs per pack, and there are 2 memorabilias. The big things we're looking for are tough patches, tough fight straps, and some of the short printed cards. What I'm going to do is I'm now going to set this off to the side. I don't know why I'm being so rigorous about this, because we're actually auctioning all these cards off or putting them on eBay. So what I will be doing is just ripping the boxes here, throwing these to the side. And I have been told, for those of you who are wondering about purchasing Enforcers, that although I have no idea what the program is going to be, I believe they are going to have a redemption at the Spring Expo. So this is a pretty good product to start with, but if you're breaking it down at the Expo, then you get the little bonus cards. So with these, it's best to turn the box over, because then you get to start with the base cards and you save the memorabilia hits for the end. So they come in this spiffy little Ultra Pro case. There's a free plug for Ultra Pro. I expect some free product from you now. It won't happen, but okay, and we'll run through these. The base cards I'm going to run through pretty quickly. Ty Domi and Bob Probert, Enforcers Tale of the Tape. Tough Franchise Los Angeles with our good friend Marty McSorley. Bloody Battles Lambert versus Berube. Chris Nyland, who I just got an autographed puck of with his penalty minutes, record holders card. And Brashear versus Probert in the Bloody Battles. Autographs. Terry Rakowski. Tom Lysiak, hey, it's the Hammer, Dave Schultz, and Denny Lambert. And in the memorabilia cards, it looks like an Instigator, 2-color Cody McCormick, which is nice. And the combatants is Todd Ewan and Shane Churla. So there's your first pack, right there, Todd Ewan, Shane Churla, and Cody McCormick, and your 5 autograph hits, which I will spread out the first one so you can kind of see what they look like. And that's it. Clear enough, Brian? Can you see them okay there? All righty. Like I said, we're not going to belabor this. What we'll probably do is, if you go to Hobby Insider, we'll have a post. There's a post up there already talking about this break, and I will list all these cards, what we got out of the boxes. So, Marty, if you want to sleeve, don't worry about the base cards, but if you want to sleeve the autographs and the memorabilia cards. By the way, I'm not too proficient at doing these box breaks on video, but it's something I hope that we're going to start doing more. Brian is the guru here, so. And we will open our second box.
Is it Hobby Insider?
It's hobbyinsider.net is the name of the website. I'll give them a plug. I trade on there quite a bit. It's a great site, which is predominantly hockey, run by Bruce Fenley out of Vancouver. His handle on there is MeatmanCGY for Calgary. I don't really ask questions about that. But great site and a great place to go in and find more, go into their chat rooms and all that good stuff. So, second one, Brashear versus Chera in the Bloody Battles, May versus Wells in the Tales of the Tape, Joey Koser and Stu Grimson in the Bloody Battles, Kelly Bookberger in the Record Holders, Tough Franchise Cal Gary with big old Sandy McCarthy right there. Autographs. Hey, Chris Nyland, I don't mind that one at all. We'll put these out here. Gino Ojic, or Ojic, I always pronounce that improperly. Zenon Kanopka, still kicking around. Jim Kite, and Jeff Odgers, or Odgers. A 2-color Jim Cummins. I actually, somewhere out there in my collection, I actually have one of his Tampa Bay game-worn jerseys somewhere. 2-color Jim Cummins. Oh, and a nice Brad May and George LaRocque 2 color and 3 color piece, and I think that might be, we'll compare it with the other one. Do you have the other combatants over there? It is. That's a red, so that's out of 10. That's a nice one. So we'll have a look at that one too. I'll pass that back. Base cards over to Marty, and we'll pick this set up and move on to the next box. Now all of these cards, with the exception of if we pull any short prints or anything like that, will be posted on our eBay store, which is eBay ID hit the icebox HIT_THE_ICEBOX. We have about 11,000 listings in there, so plenty of stuff for you to look at besides just this. And another box, Tough Franchise on the bottom. You people saw it probably at home, and I didn't. Tough Franchise. Ooh, Philly. That's a good one. Dave Schultz. Wendell Clark and Marty McSorley. I know there's quite a few people looking for that Bloody Battles card. Bob Probert and Marty McSorley in the Tales of the Tape. Ojic and Link Gates, or Getz, I can never pronounce that one either. And another Tough Franchise with the Rangers. Autographs. Bill Gordthorpe, best hair ever. Goldie Goldthorpe. Bob Boner, is that how you pronounce that? Boogner? I think it's Boogner.
Boogner.
I always think Boogner when I see it. That's terrible. Sorry, Bob. Is it? I don't know.
Yeah, Bobby Boogner.
Oh, Dave Semenko. There's one I didn't have already. Lyle Odeline. Or Odell, I don't know. I think that's correct. Yeah. And Joey Koster. That was a good pack for autographs. Combatants, Odgers and Ty Domi. That's okay. And a Berryback 2-color with what might be a blood spot on the jersey. Berryback 2-color. Have a look, and we'll pass these over. Marty will have a DNA sample run on that, and we'll see whose blood it is. Yeah, Marty licked it. You don't want to buy that one now, folks. Gross.
Just checking if it's blood or not.
Blood turns weird colors. I've had lots of jerseys, game-worn jerseys, that have had blood on them, and it can go anywhere from drying really, really dark red to turning kind of yellow after a while, and it sounds pretty CSI, but it's not. And it's kind of disgusting, too. Okay. Moving along, we have trading going on in the background, if you're wondering what that mumbling is. All right. Box number 4, Grimson Barnaby in the Tales of the Tape, Tough Franchise Edmonton, I like that one, Steve Payne and the Record Holders, King vs. Odeline, and Red Horner and Eddie Shore. Gotta love that one. I would quote something from Slapshot, but this is a family channel. Another Zenon Konopka, or whatever, Jeff Odgers, Ed Van Impe, I think, Shane Churla, and everybody's friend in Barrie, Warren Reichel. Yeah. Enough said. Memorabilia cards, Boyd Kane. I'm not familiar with that fella. There's a cool one. Tiger Williams and Terry O'Reilly. That's nice. So there's another look at the memorabilia cards. And the autographs. And we're on to number 5. Thank you very much. We'll probably speed it up here now because I don't think everybody really cares about the base cards too much. So I don't know if we can stack those somewhere. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to lay the base cards out here, and we'll put these up individually so you can see them also.
So he knows he's saving them for somebody.
So another Goldie Goldthorpe autograph, Andre DuPont. Don't mind a double of Dave Semenko. Don't really mind a double of Joey Koser either. And Jim McKenzie. And memorabilia cards. I just sold the red instigator of this, Christoph Oliwa. And, Harold Snepps and Dave Schultz. I remember when Harold Snepps finished, I think he finished his career in St. Louis. It was later in his career.
Yeah. Is that his hair or is that a hat?
No, that's his hair, Brian. That's his real, that's Goldie Goldthorpe. This is who Ogie Oglethorpe was based on in Slapshot.
Oh, yeah?
Yep, Goldie Goldthorpe.
He has one of
Oglethorpe.
limited players in here. I forget who the
thought he was
limited
still in
card is.
jail.
All the limited cards are numbered.
Next box.
Is limited, right? So I was going through it the other night and I found a common Placanich that I got. Is number 14. That's his number.
Stacking those up over there.
Yeah, those are the premium ones. eBay one of them.
Tough
Yeah, they
box.
call them one-on-ones, but every card in that set, every card. that's
Okay,
numbered,
so
we
base
call it
cards
one-on-one.
here.
But I,
See anything you need, drop us a line.
whenever
Oh, I like this one.
a card that's
Link
either
Gates,
the first one
tough
or the last
autograph.
one or his number.
Don't see him very often. Denny Lambert,
Right.
Brad May, popular guy. Joe Watson, and I have a game-worn Legends of the Game jersey of Jimmy Mann over there on the rack.
It's like
The Instigators card, two-color Jared Gallant from the Red Wings, nice. And Jay Miller and Joey Kosar. So pretty good box there too. The fun with this stuff is there's so many hits in a box. I mean, you get 7 plus your base cards. Just a lot of neat stuff. You recognize most of the names. There's a good market for this stuff. I really enjoy this. And I probably will break another case of it when we get to the show. And probably bust another one for the redemptions because I am a redemption freak. Me like redemptions. Okay, so we have Schultz versus Rolf. Ewan versus Churla, LaRock versus Brashear, Tough Franchise Boston, hello, and Kordick versus Berube, and I just found I have an 8x10 signed by John Kordick. I didn't know that. Found it the other day from the Canadians.
Right.
Darcy Tucker. People around here have heard of him. Shane Churla, Jim Cummins, Stu Grimson, and there's one we haven't seen, Wally Weir.
Oh, that's going back, isn't it?
Kelly Chase.
Nice.
I used to see Kelly Chase after Blues games down at AJ's at the Adams Mark. Kelly's a good guy. And speaking of the Blues, Frank the Animal Bialowas and Tony Twist in the combatants. That was a good Blues box. Being from St. Louis, I enjoy that.
Doesn't Twist still live in that area?
I think he does. I think Twist is still down there. Lots of athletes that end up in St. Louis, that play in St. Louis, end up staying in St. Louis. I think Manny Legacy actually built a house down there, if I remember his aunt telling me that he moved into the Central West End. I'm actually from the Illinois side of the river, so I can't say I'm from St. Louis.
You're
but
from East St. Louis.
I'm from close enough. Well, my folks are from East St. Louis. It was a little different there when they were growing up as opposed to how it is now, but East St. Louis gets a very bad rap also. Off camera, we'll turn it over. Tough Franchise, another Philadelphia one. Bloody Battles, Clark and McSorley. McSorley, Probert Enforcers. Bloody Battles, Ojic and Getz. And Ken York in the franchise. Joey Cursor autograph. Kosar, not Cursor. Dave Manson. Terry Rakowski. Oh, here you go, folks. Here's one of the big hits. I'll pull Marty McSorley out first, and Marty should be a big hit. Bobby Probert, short print autograph.
Nice.
That's very nice.
Very nice.
Wade Belak, jersey card from the Enforcers, and Paul Louse and Craig Berube in the combatants. And that one we'll want to set aside and put into a one-touch at some point. But here, I'll show that one off again. And then Bobby Probert has always had a beautiful autograph. I have to tell you a quick story while I'm finishing up. I went to a show a few years ago in downtown Toronto, and Bob was in with, I believe it was not Warrior Sticks, but another one of the stick companies. And I went up to shake hands with him and get an autograph from my brother Jeff. And I told him, I said, funny story, one of my customers pulled one of your base cards out of the artifacts out of 10, and we also had a short printed Steve Yzerman jersey card. And we ran them both at the same time on eBay. The short printed jersey card of Yzerman sold for $7, but your card sold for $84. And I said, so really, if you think about it, you're 12 times as valuable as Steve Yzerman. And Bob thought that was hilarious. I'm going to tell him that the next time I see him. I'm 12 times as valuable as Steve Yzerman. And it was the truth. $84 for a card out of 10. So that was one of the big hits. Hopefully we'll maybe get lucky, and we've already got an Instigators or a Combatants out of 10. Maybe we'll get lucky and get a red Instigators or a patch, but that's pretty good. Schultz Williams, Berube Cummins, Detroit Tough Franchise, Dave Schultz and the record holders, and Alindros Worrell, Peter Worrell autograph. I don't know if this is Rich Pilon or Rich Pilon.
Rich Pilon.
Pilon, okay. I would hope if you were a defenseman, your name would be Pilon. John Wensick, there's a good autograph. Garth Butcher, if you're a fan of Sorry I Married an Ex-Murderer. So I hear you're a butcher. Craig Berube, a combatants of Ty Domi and Matthew Barnaby, which is okay, and a Rob Ray instigator.
Nice.
So nothing wrong with those either. If it seems like I'm hurrying, it's because I am. More hits. I think we're down to 4 or 5 boxes now. While the rest of these break maniacs around here, sitting here waiting for their chance to break cards and go crazy. The good news is you get like 14 of these awesome Ultra Pro holders when you're done with the case, too. Oh, I looked at the top card. It's Basil McCray. Another blue, so that's okay.
Is yours or?
Nice.
What do you after?
Is he? Oh. In the background, I hear that Basil McCray is from Beaverton, and that can never be a bad thing. Aren't we all?
So it's Foster Hewitt.
Foster Hewitt's from Beaverton, too, huh? Now, did you know that before, or is it because they've been showing those things on the games? Oh, okay. They've been showing those things. Donald Brashear and Zeno Chera and record holders. Peters versus Emery. There's a good one. Brashear versus Colton Orr.
Nice.
Having a good time down with the Marlies.
What's the matter?
Odeline and Barnaby. And Odeline and Domi. He's popular. Brad May.
Do you like Gretz?
Kelly Chase with one of the most beautiful autographs. He has, I told him, he has handwriting like an 11-year-old girl. But he's a beautiful signature, and it's always nice, and he always takes time with it. Joe Watson, Jimmy Mann, and Basil McCray. Speaking of Basil McCray, and an Ojic and Stu Grimson in the Enforcers and the Combatants. So, alrighty, we're down to, I think, 4 boxes now. People are over here frantically sleeving and... Let's see here. Whoops, I'm running out of space for things too. Yep, we're down to 4 boxes. So what we'll do is we'll pull these out here. That means you probably only have about 6 more minutes of listening to me drone. I should tell you, you can also find us at hittheicebox.com. And then you can link to our web store where we are in, I shouldn't say this in an ITG break, but we are in Upper Deck, certified diamond dealer, and a authorized internet retailer too. But we also carry all of the ITG products, of course. Brad May, Toronto Tough Franchises.
40 or 60 or 40 or 50.
That's a laugh. Zeno Chera and David Kosi, I think that's how you pronounce that. And Belak with Kosi or Kochi or whatever his name is. Jay Miller, Paul Louse, local Berry boy, Dan Maloney, he'll probably be at the game tonight. Stan Jonathan, that's a pretty good one, and Jay Wells. Oh, I see an 8 of 8 on here. Todd Ewan Instigator, and another hit. Andrew Peters Fight Strap, numbered 8 of 8. So nice hit there too. So that's actually 3 short print hits in this case. The Probert obviously being the biggest of the ones we've gotten so far. Now, if we get another hit in this case, I would kind of be surprised. But with in the game, you never know. Sometimes the cases are just, like, you never get shorted anything. That's one of the great things about Dr. Price's stuff, is that you never get shorted anything. I'm going to yell at a customer here. Hang on. If y'all have any questions, just let me know. We're just doing a video break right now. We'll be done in about 5 minutes here. Unless I decide to start singing and dancing and telling jokes, and nobody wants that. Alrighty, well, let's just skip the base cards. Dave Manson, like it. Terry Ruskowski. Frank the Animal, who actually puts the Animal, Thea Lois, on his autographs. You gotta love that. Another Marty McSorley, that's alright. Hey, Brian Marchment. Alrighty. Jim Kite in the Instigators, and Manson and Ogers, or Odgers. Is it Odgers or Ogers? Odgers, okay. It should be Odgers, but in the Combatants. Nicely done. You can never have too many Dave Manson autographs. That's the way I think.
The problem is that you already have the one in the hand.
Down to 2.
Through that. What else we got in here? This is the one that-
Well, I know some of my people that are on Hobby Insider were desperately hoping that I would pull one of those one-of-one patch cards, but since we got the fight strap, I'm kind of thinking that's not going to happen in this case.
That strikes your fancy, but those are all cheapo cards, like $5, $10.
Base cards, Craig Berube, Reed Lowe, Paul Louse,
Just a second, I've got another.
Stan Jonathan, which is okay again, and Rob Ray. It looks like we have a red instigator behind this regular one. Denny Lambert and, oh, Dennis Bonvie. That's all right, too. So this one's out of 10 also. So that's another nice hit. Really sharp. 2-color also. I know the Oliwa that I had, I think I sold for $40, the 1 out of 10. There are a lot of people working on this set. Last box. Whoops, base card's out of the way. Is there anything else I haven't said about the shop that I should say about the shop? We're about 4,000 square feet. We do custom framing. We have what's called Set Killer's Corner, which we have commons basically back into the 70s that you can come and sort through, plus football and baseball. Not too much of that call before you come. We do jersey lettering. We have all the old Colts jerseys here. Oh, I looked at the first card, darn it. Hate that.
What about all those great customers you have?
I'll have to think on that for a minute, John. Are any of them here right now? We have lots. One of the best things about this store, and I've been in this business for more than 20 years now, is we have lots of customers who are in every few days, once a week, once every 2 weeks, and the guys are not just customers, they're friends and everything. So.
Here's a bunch of jerseys.
Well, now we're friends, aren't we?
Phil Russell, Basil McRae, Andrew Peters, Barry Beck, and oh, we got a tough franchise card. Enforcers, Nystrom. Oh, and it's the
Quad.
tough franchises. All right, the Blues one. McRae, Nash, Twist, and Chase. And that's it. That's our last case. Thank you for joining us. If you have any interest in any of these cards, please feel free to check us out on Hobby Insider. You can email me at hittheicebox@gmail.com, or our website is hittheicebox.com, and there's a form there that you can send us information. Also, we will try to do this more often, and remember to come down and check us out in booths 1211 through 1215 at the Expo this year at the International Center. Thanks to everybody who took part. Thanks to Brian for manning the camera. We'll see you again soon.
Because I need it for the set. That's why I want